We're in Power Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Straight ahead, it's an AFC intra-conference contest between the Baltimore Ravens and the Denver Broncos. On the Ravens sideline, look at their head coach. This side taking full advantage of their bye week to rest and recover. Along the opposite sideline, the head coach of the Broncos. This guy's no doubt happy to be back home after they took a loss on the road last week.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Kate Scott joined by my partner Brock Heward, and it's going to be Tyler Luke to get us started. And here we go for Mile High. Fields this one at the 3. This makes it up to the 25. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. Just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action with Nix. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
So first down from the 41. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 42-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Nix off the play action. Finds him on the crossing route. This gets the whole way down to the 11-yard line.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Nix. Complete right side to Washington. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Nix from the gun. Looking, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
3rd and long for him here. And he goes down again. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down. Now we'll see a field goal try by the Broncos. It's a 38-yard look here. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
Just kind of a confidence builder. That offense drives it down, special teams does their job, and now the defense is going to take the field with the lead.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Ravens.
Now Jackson off the play action. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Lamar out of the pistol. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. And the Broncos will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway. The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
There's the fake. Here's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down and 7.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's Harvey running from his own read. And with a nice gain, runs him down inside a field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Second down, give to Harvey. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
That's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos go up 10-zip here in the first.
Ravens nothing.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Making some progress here. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. They'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Jackson throwing here. Short pass brought in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line.
And the Baltimore.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's the Broncos out in front. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man, given across. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain. Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 47-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start to fight back with their first points in this game. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get in on the slants, you find yourself with a gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
He's set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Broncos and running back R.J. Harvey. They're ready for their next drive. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
And this will be stopped after a nice 6-yard pickup there on 1st down.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, a nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. RB once more. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
We'll get it at the 9. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. Ravens to the line now. First and 10.
Hey, Alfred, what?
Lamar off the play fake. Completed to his running back. And this one's only going to pick up a couple before he heads out of bounds.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Hey, report!
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's got a man left. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. And with that last throw, a memorable one for him because it gets him to the 3,000-yard plateau for the year. It's a mark every quarterback tries and honestly expects to hit over the course of a regular season. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Jackson. This is Brown, and he's got it downfield. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for short yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now from the 46. Lamar throwing again. Headed out right. He tucks it and takes off. It's a race down the right side. And he's going to be sent out of bounds on a play that sends them all the way down into the red zone. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Working inside the red zone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So the incompletion on first. Here is second and goal. There's a give, left side. And he gets in, touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead.
Ravens 14, Broncos 10.
set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos and running back R.J. Harvey. They're ready for their next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Finds a man right side. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
We saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Still inches to go on 3rd down. Nix trying to sneak it. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from Mile High in just a moment. We've set it downs from 37. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Dorian Williams makes the play. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
1st down from the 41. From the gun, Jackson taking a deep shot here. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11.
Broncos 10.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Broncos are running back R.J. Harvey. They're ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. First call here coming from the shotgun. Running back sent in motion. Nix with it on 1st. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
Shotgun snap to Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. Offense up to the line fast.
And the Broncos
On 1st down, it's Nix. Complete out to the right. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. 2nd down.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Ready.
They'll throw again. Nix. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, here's Nix. He's got Sutton complete. And he's down to almost, nope, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On the handoff, here's Harvey. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Oh, my son.
Nix from the gun. And he's brought down at the line. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. Now Nix. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Broncos.
On the red zone now. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. Finds the in route complete. And this one does not go far. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. The Ravens bringing out an extra defensive back on this 3rd down play. Throwing again. Here's Nix. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that brings the deficit back within a score. 8 points.
Kate, if you're not going to pay a methodical drive off with a touchdown, that's the second best thing you can do. You can take all the time down for points on the board, maybe a little momentum in heading into halftime.
So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get 1 final snap here in the half.
35-yard line.
This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
It's on. 180. It's on.
The final throw before the break. Connects on the crosser. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Week 15 of the NFL season, playoff time for you fantasy football players. But for the real teams, the home stretch is starting. Let's get into it. Our look around the league starts now with a matchup of contrasting styles. From there, why don't we go to Cleveland? Let's check in on the Browns as they host the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's Joe Burrow. He's going to find his man here. This, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Bengals get an important win here in the race to get one of those final wild cards in the AFC. One more to tell you about real quick. It's up in Minneapolis. It's the Vikings hosting the Chicago Bears. And this is the Bears quarterback. He'll decide to scramble here, and that's the right call. He's in from 9 yards out. The Bears needed this one, and they got it. A victory that helps them keep pace in the NFC wildcard race. With that, let's give you a look at the playoff picture in the AFC through 15 weeks. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward. As we send you back out to the broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Turpin with a return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Forward. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Now Jackson off the play action. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Now that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Andrews has it. Working downfield. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a 1st down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. 1st down. Here's Lamar. Escapes the pocket. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it and nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. Lamar. Dump off caught by his back. Space to the left. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Jackson's going to throw again. Broke out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and goal. Lamar throwing again. And he's got it. It's in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow the lead coming out of halftime. An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens lead by 15 now.
Broncos 13.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Return starts at the 3. He's brought down just inside the 25. The Broncos and running back R.J. Harvey. They're ready for their next drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10.
Oh, my son.
They send a tight end in motion. Nix now on 1st and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke.
He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Oh, my son.
To the air on 3rd and long. He's on the end route. And he's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Broncos 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Nix, quick out wide, complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos start the 2nd half with some needed points.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
PAT effort coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Turpin with a return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And you can see with the stats there, such a weapon for this offense to utilize week in and week out. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10.
Ready. You. Cut.
Give now to the running back. He's going to get this one into enemy territory to the 47. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Hits his running back. And they make the stop, we're going to say about the 37-yard line.
These intermediate games, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. Trying to work quickly now.
It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. It's complete. Play made by Bateman. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
A gain of 9
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll run here on first down. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be second down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
A touchdown aside, and that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10. Here's the handoff. They're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
A gain of 12. And the Ravens first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Coming to the line, this is first and 10.
Hey, Alpha, Scott!
Hand off to the back. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's second and 10. Changing it up here, Jackson. Rolling left, buying some time. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Jackson now on third. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. Here's Tyler Luke in a high-pressure spot. It's a 33-yard look from the right hash. Luke knocks it through. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Denver set to take the field on offense. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Throwing on first down, Nix. Passing downfield, working the left. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. Give him 25 on that play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play.
Almost set. Ready.
On first and 10, here's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It was Terry McLaurin on the target. So second down coming up. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On first down, it's Nix. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Okay, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
First and 10, it's Harvey. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Offside, defense.
Talk about adding some insult to injury there, Brock. Not only did they jump, but they still ended up giving up the lengthy run, Brock, and that one's declined. They send a man in motion. Next with it on first. Brought in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6.
Next from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But that defense was flying around and making the play.
A 2-yard gain.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Kicked well, and this is good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. This is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. Got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Now give left side. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock him behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Lamar now from the gun. Right side and into the hands of Bateman. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And that is exactly what they were after, Brock. A good 8-yard run there on 1st down. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. Right up the gut. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Oh, back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Ravens up by 8.
Real quick.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Ready. Shot. Ready.
Jackson keeping it himself. Here he goes again. That's a first down for the Ravens, partner. And that should all but do it here.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Baltimore first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Finish it up.
Just one left for Lamar. Kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win.
Ready.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.